Hi everyone. Happy Friday. Hope your week was good or is good if you're still working or doing whatever. Okay. So everything's great. I'm gonna have a lot of content for you today, so be looking out for it. Alright. So it's Friday, so there's cliffhangers and everything, and YNR did not disappoint at all. Alright. So um and I watched this in real time, so I have some comments on it. Definite comments, and I want to tell everyone that the speculation of whether Vale Bloom, the portrayer of Heather, is in or out is confirmed. She's out because uh, I'm going to go through a little bit of the timeline for you, okay? And I'm only talking about maybe 2 days tops. Okay, so we go from one day, they thought they found the body, to the next day, they found the body for sure, and they had Daniel come down to the coroners, and identify. So that was done. And then today, um, they have the autopsy done already. Okay? So we're talking swift motion here. And also, I didn't think about this at the time, but it's true. This involves, or could involve, Chase also, because remember, or Chance. Chance used to be a police officer, right? Remember that? So now, he talked to another police officer and said, "Can I tell them what the preliminary record for the autopsy says?" And apparently, whoever said yes. So, while Summer is there consoling her brother, uh, Chance knocks at the door and they answer. And at first, Summer tries to get rid of him, but then Daniel says, "No, no, it's okay." So then he says, preliminary says that Heather was hit on the head and died of blunt force trauma to the head before she drowned in the the lake. So yeah. So that also, I guess, which I'm not totally aware of the whole Heather's whole history, but apparently Heather was a pretty good swimmer before. So when they thought that she just drowned, um, Lucy, before she went into hysterically crying, she said, "Well, how's that possible? Because she's a pretty good swimmer." So then it came out just today that, the blunt force trauma. So, yeah. Um, let's see. Phyllis is involved, of course, and she wants to be there for the family. Summer's involved now. Chance is involved. Everyone is pretty much involved in this. I mean, except for I haven't seen Lily's part. Although there's one piece of this whole thing that I have to keep reminding myself, which is although Genoa City is supposed to be a small town, it takes a while for news to get around to everyone in the town, which I find kind of odd too. But fictional, so go with it. Um, let's see what else. Oh, the other major storyline, and oh my god, this one gave me a visceral reaction. Okay, now you know that. Hold on, I want to get the names right. Billy and Chelsea broke up because of what Chelsea did, right? But then Billy took the blame for it so that Connor wouldn't think less of his mother or whatever. Plus, possibly take the blame on himself because of the OCD, right? Okay, so now Billy and Chelsea both said that they're in the weird space, and I know people can relate to this because I'm sure that most of my audience, if not all, have at least had one breakup in your life. Hopefully more, well, not hopefully more than one breakup, but what I'm saying is we've had breakups, okay? And there's that weird space where you were together for a good amount of time, and then when you break up, you don't know how to react when you see the person again because it's like you have history, but then it's like you don't have the history anymore, and you kind of have to act like you don't have any history, or you don't know where to put this other person, right? So it's painful to see them, but yet awkward when you try to talk to them and the whole thing, right? So they're both suffering through that. They want to, he wants to be more than he is to her, but he can't do it. Like his heart won't allow it. And then she, I think when it comes down to it, if I had to pick a love for Chelsea, I'd say it was Billy because he and and I can honestly say this besides how they began, which I know that some people think that's important, and I don't disagree, but I don't think it's that major a piece of the puzzle than people try to make it. Like, oh my God, you started that way? How is it? And okay, here's what got a visceral reaction out of me. When Adam was talking to Chelsea, which I don't know why he was. Well, I mean, I know why, but it's like theoretically, I don't know why they're speaking to each other. So he says, "Well, so you really got together out of gratitude from you, and you know, a sense of what is it? A sense of just being grateful that he saved you. So it wasn't really love. You don't really love him, and then it goes on about it's not a real relationship because of how it started. I seriously like when I was watching it and listening to it, I seriously wanted to climb in the TV and slap him because no, no, this was so bad for me that I literally had to like emotionally and mentally back away from the situation and realize they weren't talking about me because okay, this is how I relate to it a little bit. Um all right. And I use this example because it's true and the most relevant. Okay? Um I've had I've had a few relationships in my life and some of them have been shorter than others. And I personally hate when people say, well, you were only together for so many months. How can it mean something to you? Okay, were you there? Are you in my body? Do you know how I feel? Like, no, you don't. So, no, just because you don't marry. And then it goes into how people think about relationships. And I'm saying this is pretty universal. Um, People think that when you're dating somebody, some people can think that you're not really that attached, and so that person doesn't mean that much to you, and that it only matters when you've been together for long enough, whenever long enough is in their head, and or become engaged and then get married. And for some reason, being married, getting married, the whole thing trumps everything else. because you know, they say, well, you weren't actually married, so like it doesn't count. That made me want to pop in, and I usually don't get that way. I really don't. Um, so I was like, whoa, okay, back away from them. You're not really mad at him, but wow. Yeah, yeah. So that happened. That happened. So I guess kudos to Mark Grossman because you made me want to hit you. And I'm sorry to Melissa Claire Egan because I know I I feel your pain. um yeah. So yeah. Um so that happened and then hmm. Oh, Sally uh, uh, she is talking to Billy. You know, they had the Lonely Hearts Club or something. Somebody said that, and yeah, no, a lot of people. Okay, I want to talk about this one last thing, and then I'm done for this one, and then I'm gonna make another one about something completely different. Okay. But a lot of people have speculated that they see Billy and Sally getting together as a revenge thing. But I can see them because I see it a little differently. I see them building a friendship and that could lead to a possible relationship in the future, way in the future, but they're building the friendship part. So I can see a relationship, but like down the line. Because they both seem open and like willing to listen to the other side, that kind of stuff. And that's the beginning of most things. Most good relationships. So I like it. Okay. Next, I'm gonna make a video about line art fashion because I noticed it today. Okay. All right. Bye, guys.